Hey, what's up everyone, this is Gamers of the Reason. I have a lot of tech news for you guys today. Now, for those of you that buy electronics, whether it's gaming related, computer related, portable devices, just about anything, you'll know that Logitech is a very, very well-known brand. They make really great, well-priced products. Now, if you buy any of their gaming console devices, then I'm here to tell you guys that they've announced that they're going to stop making them. So if you bought their wheels, their flight simulations, their joysticks, anything console related, then I'm here to tell you guys that they're going to stop making them very soon. Now, one thing that's not official is if they're including PC related products. And I really want to know as soon as possible, because if they do, then that's going to be absolutely catastrophic. It's going to be really terrible and sad, because they're one of the most well-known people that make gaming equipment for PC, whether it's gaming headsets, speakers, controllers, gaming mice, gaming pads, gaming controllers, just about anything. And they make some very, very great products. They make some of the most top-end gaming keyboards. They make a really great gamepad such as the Logitech G13, which I absolutely love it. And they make really great quality headsets. And I gotta say, this sounds a little bit dorky, but my favorite thing about their headset that they brought out is that for volume adjustment, instead of it having buttons and being old-fashioned, it was one of those metal scrollers, which like in the Rat 7. And those are usually in very expensive related products, like nearly $1,000 usually, so it was really great to see that. But I really, really hope they don't stop making PC gaming devices, because that's going to really suck, because like I said, they make a lot and they make really great ones. So I guess we'll have to see, and if they do announce or answer that question, I'll make sure to tell you guys first. Now, speaking of companies stop making products, Intel, you may have not known, but they've been making motherboards for quite some time. Now, not very many people really know, because the simple fact that they don't have very many products, and there's so many other brands out there that have much more to offer. But the Intel motherboards were actually really good. They were actually well priced considering it is Intel. They were very stable and reliable overall. Now, they've came out and said that they're actually going to stop making motherboards. Now, this doesn't affect CPUs or any of their other products. They're still going to be making CPUs and everything else that they make. But the thing I'm really wondering about is that they're going to stop making Ethernet switches. Now, what I mean by that is that their motherboards were very well known, and Intel was the first people to actually make the first 10 gigabit per second Ethernet port. Now, we've seen gigabit for a very, very long time, but Intel right now is the only company that makes 10 gigabit per second Ethernet ports. Now, I'm not sure if they sell them as separate switches, or you could just buy an Ethernet switch and just put it in your PCI Express slot in your motherboard. But if they're going to stop making those, then that's going to be very terrible, because they were the most future-proof and just extremely fast ports, and it's really great for those of you that have really high-speed internet, or just insanely fast, or if you have it connected to another computer, so then you could transfer files insanely quick. Now, if they do stop making this, I'm hoping maybe they'll continue in a different way, or another company starts making them, because if not, then it looks like we're not going to be seeing any internet speed increases or anything network related for a very long time. Now, speaking of networking, Belkin, Linksys, and D-Link have been around for a very long time. D-Link is one of the most bottom brands, but obviously they have some sort of small amount of success in order for them to be able to keep running for this long. And D-Link... Now, speaking of networking equipment, D-Link, Belkin, and Linksys have been around for a very long time. D-Link is kind of a bottom brand, one of the worst, but they obviously have some sort of small amount of success to be able to keep running for this long. And Belkin is the main competitor against D-Link. They are definitely better, and they're the kind of company that's right in the middle that makes companies like Linksys, Cisco, Asus, and just about everyone else look better. And Belkin has some sort of success, and they're definitely better than D-Link, because D-Link is one of those companies that, sometimes their products work, and if they do work, they're usually a pain in the butt to get working. And what I mean by that is if you buy something as simple as an Ethernet switch, you can't just simply plug in Ethernet cords and set everything up and have it working. If it does work, then likely you're going to have to install a disk and install a bunch of junk drivers and software. And that can be a pain in the butt, and it really sucks for resale value, because if you sell it used or buy it used, it's very likely not going to come with the disc, and if it doesn't, it's not going to work. So, but I'm here to tell you guys that not D-Link, but Now, speaking of networking equipment, you may have heard of D-Link, Belkin, and Linksys when it comes to networking equipment. D-Link is one of the most bottom brands, but they've obviously have some sort of success to be able to run for this long. And Belkin is the main competitor against D-Link. They're right above them, and they're kind of in the middle between D-Link and Linksys. And D-Link, they've made a few good products, and so has Belkin, but these two companies, when it comes to their products, that when they do work, sometimes they're a pain in the butt just to get working. And what I mean by that is if you buy something as simple as an Ethernet switch, you can't just plug in the Ethernet cords and hook everything up to get it working. You have to usually install junk software and drivers, and that can be a pain in the butt. It sucks for resale value, because if you buy it used or sell it used, very likely it's not going to come with a disc, and if it doesn't, it's not going to work. It just isn't. Which is why people prefer companies like Linksys that make absolutely great products all the way around. It's usually very well priced, works well, up to date on technology, and it's simple and easy to use. But I'm here to tell you guys that Belkin has taken an interest in buying out Linksys. The official purchase date is going to be in March. Now, I'm a little bit nervous about this. I gotta say that I really hope that they don't turn Linksys into crap like most companies have when they buy another company. They usually change things up and just absolutely make things worse. If they do buy them out, then I hope they at least try not to change anything and maybe use it as an advantage for them to make themselves better and understand things more. And if they do change things, it's very likely just going to be catastrophic and just terrible for the company as a whole. And if it does, Linksys, as one of the most well-known brands in networking equipment, it seems like almost half the market's just going to be total crap, and there's only going to be a very few brands to go to, if this does happen. And if you do buy networking equipment, if this does happen, if their companies do turn to crap, then I would suggest going to Asus. They make very good products, absolutely amazing, and they're very well priced, and Asus makes a lot of good products overall, and so they're a very well-known brand. And if this doesn't happen, then I'm going to be very happy that we'll still have Linksys, but I guess we'll just have to see, and if it does, then I will tell you guys about it. So thanks again for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. This is Gamers 3 Reason, and I'll see you guys in the next video.